Okay, let's talk about what's going on with the opioid crisis right now. The death toll's rising. We know that there's a lot of things that's happening. People just can't afford to get help nowadays. Our government's basically no help at all. They can't do anything. What it is their hands are kind of tied. The FDA is controlling the pharmaceutical market. We know what happens with that. Big pharmacy needs to get their money, and they say that supplements are not safe. They say that if we take these things, they are going to do nothing for us and they're not going to help us. Even with COVID-19, they say, oh, if you don't need to take any supplements or nothing, we don't know. But when you see these scientists and you ask them what they're taking, they'll tell you vitamin D and vitamin C. So they know that it's going to possibly help. That's why they're taking it. And they should be telling the rest of the world as well. But they're not. So the same thing goes on. These are the same people we have helping us with the opioid crisis. So it's no surprise. What I am looking to do is put together a plan. This plan would consist of a doctor, a pharmacist, and some people who have studied kratom in the past. Also, we would use a large company, one of these that use the database that has all the interactions for the drugs and for the supplements. And we would study this and we would put together a guide. We would put together not only a website, but an app for your phone, and you would be able to go on there and get an idea. We would also probably try to set up a system where if you want to get off drugs, first thing you do is you go to the doctor, not to get a drug test, but to get a test of your blood and make sure what vitamins and nutrients and what you need to build your body up. This gives us a good starting point to get an idea of how your overall health is. The doctor will take your blood pressure and he will listen to your heart and your lungs and see if you have any other issues before you start detoxing. This could save you a lot of trouble. This is a great opportunity to speak with the doctor, and that way if you have any questions you can get them out of the way now and build a rapport with the doctor in case you need to speak with them later. And let's get laws on the books that if we have a sibling, we have somebody in our family that is having an issue when they are on drugs, and we can see that they are killing themselves, they're prostituting themselves, they are doing whatever they are doing, and we want to get them help. We should be able to go to court, have that person pulled into court, have them talk to a judge, and let that judge see what the problem is, and maybe send them into a place, whether it's 72 hours, 30 days, 90 days, whatever it takes. But we need to have that mandatory. There's too many parents out there. We see our kids are going to die. We know it. There's nothing you can do. You're just waiting for that day. And once you lose a child, you'll never be the same again. That's just the way it is. Every day we lose more and more people to this disease needlessly. And what really sucks is you see it every time in the obituary. They were a great person. It never fails. It seems like this disease really catches those that are easy or soft-hearted. And that's the worst part of it. Please, we need to stand up for these people and we need to try to work together. We can't wait for the government anymore. That's all there is to it. We have to figure out a game plan between ourselves and go with it from there. Thank you for your support. Please donate. There is a GoFundMe account, and there is a little video at the end of this about the Nancy Pelosi's district. It's not really a political thing. It's where I'm finding most of the problems with the drugs. These democratic cities, unfortunately, when I talk to some of the people in these cities, they don't want to stop using drugs. They get money from the city, they live in their little tents, and they're happy. And unfortunately, you can't even straighten them out. They don't want to be straightened out because they don't want to even try anymore because they've been completely broken down and dependent on their democratic leader. They do not want to even do anything for themselves anymore, unfortunately. So please vote Republican. That's the best thing I can say. I know a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, but fact of the matter is, he did allow people to use alternative medicines. Hopefully he'll either make cannabis legal on a federal level, which I kind of doubt, but it could happen. 70% of everyone that's been seriously using cannabis to get off opioids, it has worked for them, and they have not gone back to opioids. It's a lot of studies running on that right now, so that's very important. So, and there's, like I say, a lot of natural things out there. Kratom has done wonders for people. The problem is not everyone knows how to take it. They take way too much. They don't know what's going on inside their body. They're missing every bit of nutrient. They haven't eaten properly in years, and they think kratom's going to totally solve all their problems. They have to realize that their body's starving for magnesium and starving for other things. So that's what all this is about. Thank you very much for listening.
I want to change San Francisco for the better. I want to clean up the city.
We hoped when we had the new mayor, London Breed, she do something. She did nothing. She did nothing for that.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's gotten worse.
More stink, more homelessness.
I just walked by a guy who was shooting up heroin right onto the street, right in front of me. This is not America. This is not the way America is supposed to look. Just crippling homelessness and the rot and inequality that comes from decades and decades and decades of liberal socialist leadership. It's shameful.
You're represented by one of the most powerful people in America, Nancy Pelosi.
Indeed.
Yeah. The fact is that Nancy Pelosi has represented this district for 3 decades, more than that. So, how does that happen?
I'm a liberal guy. I've always considered myself liberal. I've always voted Democrat, but I find myself at odds with the Democratic Party. We've gotten too liberal. A lot of this, I think, we kind of bring on ourselves.
Right in the middle of Nancy Pelosi's district, United States of America, crossed off. No one's come to fix it. No one's come to clean it up. It's poetic, really, because this district doesn't look like America. This district looks like something horrifying, something out of the third world. This district should serve as a reminder to you what happens under leftist leadership, what happens under socialism. This is what all of America could look like if you allow leftists like Nancy Pelosi to continue to control and take over your country.
Please take the time, go on to YouTube, join Turning Point USA. They have some great videos on there. This one was inside Nancy Pelosi's district. Gives you a little insight. Please go on there, share, like them. Great videos, great guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day. There is a GoFundMe account. Go to GoFundMe, look up 90-Day Detox, and pay it forward. And look for the account. Like I say, it's you'll read it in there. Thank you, and thanks again.